Edition of EscalanteXD's live stream. Today, we won't be doing Overcooked. I couldn't get my partner in crime to join in on the fun. So today, we're going to work on Secret of Mana. Now, Secret of Mana has been out for quite a long time. It started in Super Nintendo in Japan, actually, and then released to the US. There's actually a second Secret of Mana called Seiken Densetsu 3. So, I mean, you can go through all the legalities of trying to figure out what came first, the chicken or the egg, but really, it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, Americans only care about one thing: what came out in America. So, if you really want to go into the history of what came out first, just look up online, and I'm sure Wikipedia will tell you everything you need to know. Secret of Mana, though, holds a special place in everybody's hearts as well as mine. And I'm going to start a new game. I already started a little game on here before, but I want you guys to experience the game from the beginning with me. So let's give it a shot right now. Now you can choose to have the English or Japanese. I'm going to go English because obviously I'm English, and text and subtitles also English. And I'm gonna call him Randy, baby.
You are English.
Huh?
You said you are English.
I'm also Spanish. So there.
Long ago, the world prospered and humanity thrived.
You are interrupting.
Thanks to a power known as mana.
Hush.
However,
the technicalities are not important
to
in this.
use mana to create the ultimate weapon.
I'm English, you're English, we're all English,
floating
okay?
battleship called the Mana Fortress. This greedy arrogance angered the gods.
I speak American.
In turn, unleashed vicious beasts into the
and
world.
These people are trying to listen to the story and you're interrupting with your banter.
A violent war between the mana beasts in the fortress engulfed the world in poison and fire until mana had all but disappeared. In humanity's bleakest hour, a hero wielding the mana sword appeared and destroyed the fortress. The world was left in shambles, and yet humanity persevered, and there was peace throughout the land. But as time passes, so history repeats.
You pulled my vein. Please stop.
I didn't even grab your hand.
Ow. You put your leg on it and put the weight on it. Ow.
I don't remember your hand being on me because I remember your hand being on my thigh.
I apologize for the interruptions. Some people just love.
Guys! Wait! Up! Whoa! Shh! Be quiet, stupid. If the Elder finds us here, we're done for.
Yeah. We're not supposed to be here. Everyone in the village knows about the ghost.
You really believe that old fib? The grown-ups just say there's a ghost to scare us away. But I did hear Grandma say she saw something shiny by the falls when she was little.
Maybe it's treasure. Let's go find it.
Help! I'm gonna fall!
Yes, it's a little odd. And so our adventure begins.
Oh, whoa! Ouch!
You know what's really weird about this is that the
There's no way back up.
voices on here
do?
are completely new. In the Super Nintendo version, there's no talking, just text all the way through. But I like the new enhancements that they did to the music. They futurized it. It's not like all retro. Even though some people might like the retro better. I'm gonna try to get through this as fast as
Huh?
Funny enough, I've actually never heard the music around here, because most of the time I have my TV on mute, because she usually watches TV right next to me, because our TVs are right next to each other. But it does sound pretty nice. It's a good experience. We're both experiencing it at the same time.
You? And what's a sword doing here? Too bright. What's with this light? Oh, ghost!
Listen. I entrust the sword to you.
Huh? What do you mean? What's up with this sword? The light's fading already. Oh, I have to get back to the village!
The voice acting seems a little strange to me. I'm not sure. It's kind of unsettling. I can't tell if it's bad voice acting or just, I don't know, maybe it's my headset. It just sounds a little off.
Whoa!
I don't know.
What's a rabbi
You guys can
doing
give me
in a
your
place
opinion
like
in the
this?
comments below. Now in this game, without sounding too tutorial like, I believe the best way to go about this is to make sure that you back up every chance you get and wait till your bar right there in the bottom builds up to 100. Because if you try to do consecutive strikes over and over again, it just ends up lowering your attack power. It's kind of like your stamina. And running also takes some of your stamina, so that also does it. But I'll show you what I mean. Show you how little the damage is. So back up and attack is basically the best way to go about this. And I'm getting my butt kicked by a bunch of bunnies. How is that possible? The bunny's power is over 9,000! This game does get a little challenging as you progress through it. It takes a little bit of getting used to as well. There's different weapons that you can use later on, but for the most part, you just find what you're good at and you basically use it over and over again. But it is highly suggested that for every monster that you fight or for every situation that you're in, you try to switch up the weapon and try to balance out how to use every single one and level up each one equally. Just so you can get the full effect of the gameplay at least. And you never know, you might run into a boss that's not weak against your favorite. And there's some, I know there's some obstacles that you need certain weapons to do to get through it. So that's also something to take a look at. It's been so long since I've touched this game. It's amazing how far we've come. Now, I am a big, huge fan. So I just gained a sword level. I'm a big fan of remakes. I really am. But the one remakes that I'm not a fan on are like certain movie ones. Like, I think that Hollywood has ran out of ideas. Writers have ran out of ideas. Just for the simple fact that I have seen so many remakes of so many movies that we've released. And there's nothing wrong with making a remake. that's fine. But when a movie has like over a dozen remakes for one type of movie or storyline, that's kind of disheartening. It kind of makes you wonder what's going on. It seems, and maybe it's not that they ran out of it, it's more of like people are using certain storylines as a cash cow. And I'm sure that, you know, some gaming companies do the same thing, but there's nothing wrong with a good, decent remake. What I don't like is when they say remastered on the title, and they don't really actually do anything with it. Now, there has been some games that like that, but when you say remastered, you know, don't just update it slightly. I mean, you gotta go with the times. You gotta put some work and effort into it, because if you don't remaster it well, it's gonna show, and it's gonna show that all you really wanted was just money.
Did you see that? I have a bad feeling about it.
Like, this is remastered. Like, comparatively to its retro days, this is definitely a different take on everything, and it looks beautiful for, you know, a cartoony game. So I do like how they managed to do it. It is pretty interesting.
There's an unfamiliar face in here. It looks kind of scary. I don't know.
It's pretty neat that they have them voice active voices, even on regular speech. So they did actually work quite a bit on this.
Hey!
But I'm a big fan of Square Enix, and I like where they're going with their company. I really want to play Final Fantasy 13, 1, 2, and 3 again. I know a lot of people gave a lot of heat about that game, but Square Enix did a good job, I think. And each game is unique to itself. Now, really, the most I heard bad about that game was probably the first 13, where people were complaining how linear the gameplay was, where in the beginning you were just basically swept up on this adventure, and you can only do so much and go outside of a realm so much, and the open world didn't happen until 20 hours into the gameplay, which I can see where there's something wrong with that, I guess, in a way. But in all technicality, Final Fantasy VII, one of the most popular games out there, did something similar. Now, I don't think it was 20 hours, but you spent a good portion of your time in the beginning of the game at Midgard.
One night is 5 GP. Stay the night?
Like, I would have to say, because remember, like, back in PlayStation, it was multiple discs. And on the first disc, I can remember that most of your time was spent in Midgard on that first disc. So almost a third was Midgard. Now, I know you changed the disc as soon as I think Cosmo Canyon, I believe it was, but that wasn't too far into it, and I was only like level 23 at the time on my first play. So, needless to say, it's not like they've strayed too far of what they normally do in that game. But people gave them a lot of heat about it. Well, they fixed it on the 13.2. So 13.2 was a good upgrade, and it kind of gave you like a Chrono Trigger kind of feel where you're traversing through time, and then they did the same thing with time on the third one, but a little different. You weren't traversing through time so much as you had a time limit to do everything.
Oh, you're all right.
So you had to go
Elliot
about
just
it
told me what happened.
smart and smooth, and try to complete as many missions as you could in that allotted time. And there was ways to increase your time as well. And I would like to try that again.
That's why I told you not to bring someone like him along.
You idiots! None of you were supposed to wander into that area.
What's that you have there? Oh no, it couldn't be.
Cool! Did you find the treasure?
Way to go!
What have you done? That's the mana sword. There's no way you could have pulled it free.
Mana sword will be destroyed if it's removed.
I never thought it'd come to this.
The Mana Sword is said to protect the village from disaster. But now...
Aha! So you're the reason all those monsters are attacking us! You yanked out the sword and doomed the whole village! It's your fault, you outsider!
Man, that's pretty harsh.
Hey, stop! Shut up! It's all your fault! Leave me alone! An earthquake! Ah!
That's pretty harsh
Help,
of them.
monster! You have a sword, why don't you use it?
Can you hear me? Calm down and study the enemy's movements to look for an opening!
Apparently you can't attack him from the front. You gotta poke him in the booty hole. Oh my. Wake up.
It takes more than that.
He hits hard too. In the other Mana games, it didn't even matter what direction you're in, you always got hit. So they fixed a little bit, but the magic still hits you no matter what, which is kind of unfortunate. I didn't like that part of the game. Poke him in the butt. Poke him in the butt. Ah! See, that dumb crap right there is bull. They shouldn't be able to hit you wherever. He's literally spewing it from the north, and then you get hit from the south. That doesn't make any sense to me. So I kind of wish they would have fixed that, and like, I don't know, maybe put like an area of effect where like they show like a red radar or where it was going, and if you were in that radar by the time a certain time passed,
You did well.
it would hit you.
Wait there. I'll pull you up.
That probably would have been the best way to do it.
Stay back! I didn't do nothing!
Kind of like in Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, they did something similar to that.
You seem to be in possession of the real Mana Sword. This is troubling.
Why is that?
Legend says the sword can only be retrieved by a knight when the world is in peril. But you are far too young for such a responsibility. Something must be wrong with the Mana Sword.
Here, you take it.
No, I cannot. The sword has lost its power. It must be restored. Only the one who pulled it free can do that.
Then, what should I do?
Visit Sage Luca in the Water Palace. The sage has protected these lands for over 200 years. You would do well to listen to her advice.
Hey! The Elder wants you to come to his house.
I'll be off. I have duties to attend. My name is Jimma, and I'll be waiting for you at the Water Palace.
Get going!
It's kind of unfortunate they didn't fix like the mouth movements. Like they didn't try to do that. It's another thing that I see as a flaw in this, just slightly.
My nerves are shot.
They could at least have attempted that. It still looks nice. I don't know. There's an off-putting feeling whenever you see close-ups of characters talking and their mouths aren't moving. You just hear a voice talking.
Hey, stop playing with that sword before you hurt someone. I'll tell the Elder on you.
That's alright though. I mean, I guess it doesn't take away from the gameplay feeling. It still feels like a Secret of Mana game.
My nerves are shot.
I was actually hoping for a remaster of the second one, the true second one, Seiken Densetsu 3. I was hoping that I could see a remake of that one, because that one was pretty cool. You did get to choose between, I believe, 7 characters? I think it's 7. I'm not sure, but you choose 3 of those, and those would be in your party for the rest of the storyline. And it did change slightly depending on who you chose, like, as far as your starting point was concerned.
Help! Monsters have... We'd better stay inside until we know...
So that was a good part of that game. That was pretty fun. Not to mention, there was a lot more to it.
Elder,
and it was a little darker.
We're at our wit's end. Who knows when another monster will appear?
Oh, it's you. You've really done it this time. That sword has protected us for years. Once you removed it, the monsters started attacking the village.
It's settled. We can't let him stay in the village anymore. He'll just bring more monsters.
Go!
Get out of here!
Yeah! Leave here now!
I don't want to do this, but I have no choice. I banish you from this village. There's a treasure chest downstairs. Take the contents and be on your way.
That's pretty harsh.
I took you in as a child, but there's nothing more I can do for you. Forgive me.
I'll be kinda lonely, but it's all your fault anyway.
I knew something bad was going to happen. Curse my intuition.
We're in danger as long as you're here. Please leave.
This is all because you removed the sword! Go away!
Jesus. It just seems a lot more real. I remember how messed up I thought it was when I was...
Where? See you later!
When I played the retro version, the Super Nintendo version. I knew it sounded messed up from how they were, like, because you, honestly, when I read something, I could visually hear, audibly hear it in my head, what they're saying and how they're saying it. But it just sounds so much more real when you hear it, when a voice actor's saying it. It's like, oh god, these people are horrible. They're a mess. Why would you even talk to a little kid like that?
Need? Hurry up and finish your business here.
These people are rude.
I'll be kinda lonely.
This is all because you removed the sword! Go away!
You couldn't sell me anything? You just tell me to go away? Man, forget you. And you're dancing behind. These people all think they're better than me.
Do you have everything you need? By order of the Elder, you have been banished from Poto's village. Now be gone.
Adults are pretty horrible. This guy's a kid. He's not like... He is not an adult, and they should not be talking to him like that. At all. Good old Ken. I wonder what he sounds like.
Hi! We, the Cat and Travel Brothers, are building a global network.
Hi!
Going to the Water Palace? Gemma's already left. It only takes one blast to get there by You sure? Well, okay. If you want to walk to the Water Palace, head west.
I'm definitely gonna walk. I need some experience. Experience is key in this game. Especially with the sword. Plus I get items. Like candy! live. Jeez. Wasted that swing. When you first play it, it may seem like it's a little slow, but you'll see it get pick up in space, space. I'm all over the place right now with my language. But it'll pick up the pace later on as you play it, as you get better. Come on. There we go. Leveled up. That's what I needed. I wonder if there's like a map. Oh, there is. Boom. So there I am right there. It's a pretty decent sized world. What? I'm out of room for candy. I never run out of room for candy. There's always room for more candy. Whoa. It's a Neko village.
Welcome to Neko's. Do you need it?
Yes.
Oh, you're interested. What'll it be?
I want the
Perfectly
shot.
priced items available.
What you got for me? Man, a little pricey there, aren't you?
Anything epic be seeing it?
Let's see. Always good to be properly equipped. It'd be pretty cool if they added the feature that whatever you equip shows up. That would have been really awesome. Which I'm sure they could have done if they really wanted to. I really wish they wanted to. That's alright. If you want your equipment to change looks while you equip new things, try a different game, I guess. That's what MMOs are for. Although Dragon's Dogma did that, which is another classic that I would love to show you guys. Dragon's Dogma is really fun. They didn't really remaster it. They just re-released the game on a different OS, basically.
Pandora has sent us to fight Elene, the witch who lives in the haunted forest.
There's a shortcut warp that leads straight to the witch, but you need a whip to cross this chasm.
That's our leader, Major Diluc. He's young, but no one doubts his skills. He knows how dangerous this mission is, but I've never seen the Major waver.
Major Diluc, sir!
Understood. Stay focused, men. Let's move out!
Psyduck. Oh, sorry, he said Diluc. I guess if you wanted to go to the Witch's Forest, you can go through here. But like they said, I need a whip, which you'll get later on. I'll get later on. You won't get it. I'll get it. Just another day in the life of Secret of Mana. No monsters around here.
There. Let's go.
You know, I didn't change the name on here, and they could at least have the decency to call him Little Andy.
where's Luca? I guess I'll ask that girl over there. Hey, where do I find Luca?
Mind your manners. It's nice to see you again, Sage Luca.
You're very welcome.
Wait, you mean this little girl is 200 years old?
Luca, monsters have started invading villages. This young boy just fought one himself.
You underestimate my intelligence. World news flows into this palace with the water's own currents. Mana grows ever weaker. That could explain how this child was able to take the sword from its place of rest. His actions caused the balance of mana in this area to shift. Beasts are now rampaging across the land again. Evil in the world is working to seal away the power of the mana sword forever. By defeating monsters and obtaining their orbs, you can reforge and restore the sword's mana power. Power from vanquishing the mantis ant. There are more hidden orbs with the mana power to revive the sword. You must find them.
It wasn't even aware to me that that's what happened.
Gemma, I want you to keep an eye on the Empire. It seeks the Mana Fortress's power.
Fortress? Like the one that destroys the world in that fairy tale?
This is no fairy tale. We're talking about the real Mana Fortress, and the Empire that wants its power.
The Empire will try to break the seals on the Mana Seeds in each palace. I've already caught some Empire spies snooping around my own palace.
There are strange reports coming in from Pandora. Could the Empire be involved?
I do not know. Gemma, you should request an audience with the king and tell him to be wary of the...
Understood. I'll leave now. Head for the cave in Gaia's navel. There's a dwarf blacksmith that lives in the area. Dwarves are known for their weapon-making skills. You should see if they can reforge the sword. As the sword becomes more powerful, your skills will improve, and you'll learn more abilities.
It's not based on you, it's based on the sword. Because without the sword, you have no skills.
Eons ago, the ancients used their war machine, the Mana Fortress, in a final battle against the gods. It's not a fairy tale like you were told as a child. As the battle raged and the world reached its end, a hero came with a sword and saved us all. The few who remained rebuilt the world, hoping to protect mana from those who would abuse it. You wield the legendary Mana Sword, but its power has faded. Now it's hardly better than a normal weapon. It used the last of its power to choose a new master.
But why did it pick me?
I don't have that answer, but you drew the sword, and now it's your responsibility to restore its power.
Gee, thanks.
So where do I fit in?
You must become a hero who is worthy of the sword. Come, hold the sword up to the seed on the altar.
It just looks like a regular pistachio. How does it hold so much power?
What happened?
The seed and the sword have now synchronized with each other. Now, no matter where you are in the world, this mana seed can grant power to your mana sword. You found one of the 8 palaces. Now you must visit the others and obtain the powers of their seeds. I worry about you out in the world with only a rusted sword. Take this spear I imbued with holy water. Use it along with the mana sword, and it too will regain its true power. I'll heal you. Would you like to save the game?
I don't think that's part of the storyline.
First, take Gemma's advice and head to Gaia's navel. There you can find the underground palace. To reach Gaia's navel, head south through the kingdom of Pandora.
But I want to go down the stairs. Nothing here? I wonder why. It's so mysterious. Oh, I was actually going online shopping and checking out the Halloween deals they had going on today. Last night, so I did that. And let me just say that it had some pretty good deals. I actually got War, so now I have all the series to War, Death, and I forgot what the other one is. What is it? Darkstalkers? No, Darkstalkers is a fighting game. Well, anyways, I bought that one. It was only like $3.99, and then I bought a triple sequel, a bundle basically, triple sequel. See, I'm all messed up today. I bought a bundle as well for, shoot, I can't remember its name. Well, anyways, I'm looking forward to actually putting that on the stream, but I really do need to finish some of the games I do have on these streams, just because I'm pretty much limited on space. I don't have much left over, so I'll be eventually there's going to be a part 3 to some of the series, just because I need to clear some space. And the only way I can clear the space is if I start actually beating the games. So I'll be looking forward to that. And hopefully I can get that out of the way. I got, but I do, after this, I probably want to get into Dragon Quest, so the newest one. I want to get into that one as well. That's a great storyline, I'm sure. That it would be great for streaming content as well as gameplay wise. I really do want to finish that game. There hasn't been many Dragon Quests I haven't played already. I also have the warrior versions, the Blighted Witch one. That was a warrior game, and then I have the sequel to that one as well. Well, I wouldn't really consider it a sequel. It's like a different storyline altogether, but I like. Oh, why? Why would he do that to me? So weird.
Ow!
Am I in lava?
You, do not move. Stay still.
Sure thing.
Very lucky human. You will be main dish tonight.
So lucky.
Let me go! Delicious human. Very lucky.
That voice, though.
Dancing has begun. I join in.
Hey, you there. What are you doing here, you idiot?
Please help me.
Shh, quiet. Come on, let's get out of here.
But what are the goblins gonna eat now? I'm not there anymore.
I owe you my life. What are you doing here?
I'm looking for someone. I saw you being taken away and thought for a second you might be him. I got the wrong guy, though. What a waste of time.
Hey, wait a minute.
Just kidding. Look, I'm in a hurry. Go back to your village, kid.
Hey, wait!
I didn't even get to ask her name.
People in this world are so rude. I also want to try the second Dragon Quest Builders. I really like the first one. I didn't actually complete it all the way. It got a little difficult, I'm not gonna lie. And I got a new game, and I guess I just haven't come around it. I have a big issue with that. I'm hoping that streaming will allow me to actually fix that issue that I have, where I don't 100% complete games all the way through. I'll play them for a good while, especially if they're good. But I've completed a couple of games this year, I think I've completed like 6 of them. 6 of the ones that I've already started. But there's so many games coming out. It's so hard for me to keep track of which games I want to play next. Because it's not that I have a low attention span. It's that I really like trying games all together. I like playing different ones and checking them out. And while I do want to beat them, it's just, like I said in past streams, it's really just hard to keep up with them. Like Secret of Mana here, I actually I've had this game for a while now, and I just, I saw it while I was scrolling through my games of choosing what I was going to stream next, and I was like, you know what, why not? This seems like a pretty decent game that we can try out, and it's a classic, and who doesn't like a classic every once in a while? I think they could have done a better job at the remaster, though. Like I said, my biggest tiff about the whole thing is that like the mouth movement and the voice acting is kind of off, but it's better than nothing, because they could have done like they did with Final Fantasy 12, where 12 wasn't even necessarily a remaster. I mean, they updated the graphics a little bit, but they didn't really remaster it. I also saw a remaster of 8. Now, they did a little bit better on 8. I believe they released it on the Switch. Not sure if they released it on here yet, but the remaster looked pretty decent. It kind of looked like, if you remember what Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 looked like, it looked similar to that, which is a big change compared to what it was before. Because if you remember, or if you know, Final Fantasy VIII was released on PlayStation 1, so it was very pixelated. But it was a very good game, and I did enjoy it a lot. It was one of... I would say that it was one of my favorite Final Fantasies. 7 still holds a really, really big part of my nostalgia.
I was told to let you...
9 was alright.
Sir Gemma's whereabouts?
But my thing was 9, I didn't grow too attached to it. I did beat it all the way through, and I did kill it, but I didn't get the vibe that I was looking for in a Final Fantasy game. Not like when I played 10. 10 was a good one, but that was released on PS2, and they did remaster it, and they slightly updated it, just like they did last time. They did add some new stuff to it, so that was good. But they kind of fell off on 12. I don't like the new way of doing things that they put out. Like in the original Final Fantasy 12, there was no limit to how many skill points you can have or where you could put it. On this one, the new one, they actually made it where it was class based, and I'm not too big of a fan. I wouldn't say it's a bad one, but I don't like limitations on how strong you can get in the game, especially in Final Fantasy. There should be no limit except for, the sky. But I'm going to cut this short because there's really nothing else much to do except for grinding a little bit. So I'm going to leave it at that. But I thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will definitely release a part 2 of this on a later date. So be looking forward to that. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Bye.